Now I hope that I actually have everything set up right here. Yes. Right, I am now live. So, lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter, and welcome to the Technical Problem Broadcast. I believe this is episode number 21. I'm currently being joined by Albert. Albert, would you like to say hello?
Evening.
Thank you. And Albert, where can people find you if they want to track you down online?
Click clap meow.
Fantastic. Because if you want to track,
Click clap meow, but I'm also administrator on Pump Fury.
Yep.
Yeah, but basically
Yes.
click clap meow. Yeah.
Fantastic. If you actually want to track down Albert in real life, he's a man on the move at the moment. Always on the move as things currently stand.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So, yes, Paul, I have done my very best to actually be on time for you all tonight. So, first off, shout outs for the people in the chat. Hello there, Richie Wong. Thank you very much for dropping in. Hello there, Rexy. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to see you. Albert, of course, I'm already talking to you. I have to feel like it's unnecessary to say hello twice. And Paul, thank you very much for being here. Now, hopefully, we can entertain you again tonight. It's mine and Albert's goal every week to try and entertain you, and hopefully we can do that. So, how is everyone tonight? How are you doing, Albert?
Fine. I'm enjoying my night off.
Yeah, that's it, Albert. You know, like normally, since I started doing the shows and having you guys actually come online with us, you've always been there on the night times.
Apart from last Wednesday, wasn't it? I think I got in. I literally put up hello as you were saying. Right, I'll call it tonight.
Yeah, that's about right. But I think you just started. Had you just started your new job at that point?
Yes.
Yes. Well, there we go.
Just done my first bit.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't really a full week.
Yeah.
Lad, literally, I'm starting work before I got dropped in it by a driver, so I had to start literally on the spot. I was shown the job on the Monday and told, right, you'll be starting like Monday next week get a phone call at 6 in the morning and say, I'll get out of bed, you're starting today.
Yeah. Well, throwing in at the deep end can sometimes be beneficial.
Oh, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. You're not exactly wanting to shirk a bit of responsibility, are you? So, I figured you'd do pretty well.
Put it this way, I got an auto cover out of it, so I'm over the moon.
Yeah. Oh, and here's me eating pot noodles.
Eating pot noodles.
Yeah. Well, you see, if you'd held off getting an autococker for another week, you could have been eating foie gras. Richie, if you insist, then yes, of course, you can leave. I shall send your payment through later. Right, hello there, Gaffs. Thank you very much for dropping in. What is the topic for today? Well, so far, today's topics are, there is a couple of new markers which are coming from Tipman, or GI Sports, whichever you prefer to put them under. So we'll be talking briefly about those, and it's mostly just our first impressions. Obviously, we haven't seen the markers in person, we haven't used the markers, anything like that. It is simply what we've seen. We will also be talking about the vanity of paintballers themselves. We'll be taking any questions that come from yourselves, the audience, and possibly we may touch on anything of interest from World Cup. So, there you go. Right.
Not much to talk. Normally, there's a lot of new gear comes out around World Cup, and it's been very quiet.
Well, that's it. There's nothing that I've actually seen come from World Cup that jumps out, and I feel the need to. I have to talk about that. There is normally that sort of thing, but this year it has, as you said, been relatively quiet.
Something I can talk about is the new paint that BZ7 Pro Share.
Right, Pro Shar, is it, or?
I don't know how you pronounce it. PROSHAR.
Yeah, Pro Shar. Yes.
Pro Shar. Yeah.
It's not that pink stuff, is it?
I was using the. What grade was that? It was 28. I was because I was using it on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work out which grade it was. It was the blue box. It's like a
Right.
cozy blue box.
Yeah.
Had a yellow fill to it.
Right. Yellow fill.
Very thick fill. It might have been down to the weather.
That's it. I mean, it was pretty cold.
It took some wiping off.
Yeah. Well, that's the impression that I got from the pink stuff that was being used at the ICC. It really didn't seem to actually want to leave players once they'd been hit.
that Pro Shot as well, was it?
I have no idea. Richie Wong is saying Valken is Valken is rebranded Pro Shot? Is it Valken's rebranded Pro Shot? Or is it Pro Shot is rebranded Valken? Second run Valken, not nice stuff according to Ben Rex.
Oh well, it wasn't. The weather was really cold, but
yeah,
I only really had. Obviously, as well, I was using an autococker for the very first time, so I did short stroke twice.
Did you get excited?
Yeah. I had 3 breaks all day.
Yes. The thing was, were they chops or were they breaks?
Well, one was definitely a chop because that took a lot of clearing out. It was literally in the bolt and all that.
Yeah.
Other could have been down to.
I'm guessing you've just seen Richie Wong's comment there.
But it all some of it might have been down to inconsistency in the size of the balls, according to Chad.
Yeah. It could have been. Obviously, I mean, we all know how you get barrel bursts. It's either the ball's too big and can't fit down the barrel, so you have a blow through, or it's too small, it rattles around inside the barrel and gets a burst. So it could have been that. Yeah, I mean, obviously without seeing the paint, I can't really see. But as Richie Wong says, cold weather and short stroking. That's what she said. Yes, but that could have been a factor into it. Cold weather, obviously, depending on the sort of the thickness of the shell and all that sort of stuff. It could have been that. Yeah, and as Paul says, grower not a shower. It's hard to do the windmill when you're a grower not a shower.
I must admit that autococker that Chan sell me doesn't have grip.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Put it this way: in one game, I went through nearly a full day's worth of paint if I was playing with my pump gun.
Yeah.
And that was in just one game.
Yeah. It's something that you're not used to, is it? When you switch from playing pump all the time to when you get your hands on a semi-automatic, it doesn't matter whether it's a mechanical or an electro. All of a sudden, your paint use all of a sudden shoots up.
It's like Chad said. He goes, "You get your trigger stroke right." He goes, and you will get pulled in GCCs.
Yeah.
They will not believe it is not an electronic, and he's right.
Yeah.
My good God. I like the look of it. There's some people think it's a looking thing, but I actually like the look of the autococker that I bought. The
VF Tactical.
VF Tactical, yeah. I actually quite like the look of it. I think it looks nice.
Is it the VF Tactical that actually has Picatinny reels on it?
It has around the 3 wheel. That's basically just a bit of metal. There is no actual rails on it.
Right.
But you could.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take much to put Picatinny rails on because the holes around what protects where the 3-way and the ram is, that would quite easily take Picatinny rails.
Yes.
No problem. And the AC is at an angle towards you. So it makes it quite nice to hold. very short. It's got a very short, wee little barrel on it that's 3-poured.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And it's it.
Yes.
Doesn't half rip.
Yeah. See, the body that is actually on the VF Tactical, that is the same body that you actually get on the 03 Pro stock.
All right.
But obviously, it's slightly obviously the HPR position is obviously being moved forward, and I'm not actually sure what the underneath of what inside that shroud sort of section actually looks like on a VF Tactical. Yeah, it's basically just the same except for you have the you've got the front block that takes the ASA. That takes the HPR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just basically a metal protector around, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's. I mean, having some sort of shroud around your pneumatics on an autococker is it's a really nice option anyway. Even if you ignore the protection of the pneumatics, you don't want to get a hose blown off or something like that. It's unlikely that that'll happen, but it's entirely possible. Even if you ignore that aspect, just the saving on cleaning is a godsend. What's it? I thought somebody. No, I haven't. I must have misread something. It was actually Richie Wong a while back bought me. I think it's Richie. Is it Ginger Dynamics? That I'm not sure if it's Ginger Dynamics. Or it's Ginger something that actually make a sort of like a neoprene pneumatics cover, and they do like long and short ones and stuff that depend on the size of your front pneumatics. I keep forgetting what that word is. So obviously that's a sort of a neoprene one. It's nice and squishy and stuff. But I'm not sure if neoprene pneumatic covers actually would be banned under GCC rules. The same as possibly having a neoprene hopper cover would be. Maybe.
Yeah, they are.
But I would assume that because it's a hard surface, having a solid pneumatic cover, similar to the old slot over ones, or even basically what you actually have on there, I'm pretty sure they would be allowed because they're not giving you any advantage.
No. Well, it still works without it because when I first got it, there was a slight air leak. And Chan took the shroud off, the air leak stopped. It was just purely because it was just touching on one of the tubes.
Yes.
But once I got it home, I had a little play around with it.
Yeah.
And put the shroud on and literally attached the tank. And then I just slowly took the screw out until the air leak stopped. So now I've actually still got the shroud on, but I haven't got the air leak.
Yeah.
It literally was a matter of not even a full turn. It was just a tiny turn on the rub screw that was holding in place.
All right. Okay. That's strange.
Well, yeah. It was just on. Just because it was just leaning a little bit too much on one of the tubes, and it was leaking air.
Take off, fair enough.
And the air stopped. Chan reckons a lot of people had that problem, and he said they took the cover off and used to run it without the cover. But I just, like I say, put it on and then just wound it out until it stopped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, I would say it depends on how much of a sort of a show-off you are. A lot of people like to expose the pneumatics on their autocockers because they want to show off what they've got. Personally, I like the idea of sort of having like sleeper cockers. So, you don't show off what's underneath the pneumatics. You put a shroud on or something. There's actually been a few people. I think it was. Actually, I can't think what his name is right now. But there's been several people, especially it used to be on the forums. I used to see people talking about them. But where they would specifically make sleeper cockers. They would have. They would put an E-frame internals inside of a single finger trigger frame, so that it looked like you had just like an old school slider frame on, and then they put an old style shroud over that'd have a beaten up old body, and they would run it with maybe it's not with eyes, so you wouldn't be able to see the eye cover. There wouldn't be any eye cover to give anything away, but you'd go out on a field when people would expect it to be just an old school autococker, and then you could rip on it. MQ2 valves in them and things like that. So you don't even have it'll even fire without cycling the bolt. I think it is. It's. Oh no, I think it's the other way around, isn't it? Yeah, it's the bolt still cycles, but the underneath doesn't necessarily. I can't remember. It's been that long since I've actually worked on autococker stuff, and I think I need a full refresher course. I think Chan needs to actually take me to one side and give us a full refresher course on working on autocockers.
Just go Chan fix. What mind Chan could have cried.
Well, at one time I could strip down autocockers, and I still can strip down the cockers that I've got. But at one time, I knew loads about autocockers, and now I feel like I know nothing compared to Chan. And at one time, Chan knew next to nothing, and it was like me that did all the work on all the cockers, and well, some of the autocockers that we used to have up at the old paintball site. And yeah.
Talk to you about the Blazer.
Yes, he has, and I am gutted for him with that.
I mean, it's not a little piece of metal and all
No.
that's shaped off. Like you were saying, he showed me the equivalent part on an autococker, and it's tiny compared to the Blazer. It's a serious piece of metal and clean off.
Well, that's it. He didn't actually show us what happened to it, but he told us about it. And if it's the part that I understand is, on a autococker, it's a tiny piece of metal. I think it's probably just been it's not even been a manufacturer's fault from what he said. It sounds more like it's been a fault with the metal. When it's been milled down and for it to be used the way it was. It's just been a fault. It's devastating for him, but unfortunately these things do happen. Sometimes things break.
The Blazer is broken.
What
was it again, Dex? Can you remember or not?
It was part of the rammer on the Blazer. I believe it was the internal rod from the rammer.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be classed as like a rammer arm, something like that. But or the rammer plunger.
He showed me where he goes, that should be there and should be doing this and it was moving about with forwards. I was like, oh god. He goes, I daresn't tell Gassy.
Yeah. But as I understand, I'm gutted for him for that because he loves that Blazer, and that's upsetting. That.
I wonder if it'll be under warranty.
Well, I would hope so. Gassy didn't have it for that long.
Yeah. It depends on Palmer's customer service, which I haven't had much to do about. If it's anything like the guns, I'm guessing the customer service will be outstanding.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, Palmer's makes stuff, custom stuff to order pretty much. Yeah. So I would imagine they're going to want their to keep their customers happy. Now, Palmer's, I think I dealt with them once to buy some PGP spares. And I've got nothing to sing but praise to them. I've got nothing but praise to sing about them. They sent us what I needed. They were timely with it. Nothing I can say wrong about it.
Yeah.
So but mine, what I was buying was was pennies compared to the Blazer. So.
I'm surprised if they don't want Chan to send the part in.
Collins said that Gassy had it for 3 years.
Did he?
I can't really. I didn't realise that he had it for 3 years.
I'm trying to remember if it wasn't. Are you sure 3 years? Because I'm sure the first time I shot it was Speed last year.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I've got no idea. That's just what Colin said.
So, but I would have thought something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if Palmer's don't want him to send out the broken part so they can have a look at it. Just before the first Speed. All right.
I didn't realise he'd had it that long. As a side note, I mentioned the pneumatic covers earlier on that Richie Wong got me one of. And yes, they are Ginger Dynamics. I believe you can find them on Instagram where they do post up regular content. I don't know about anywhere else, though. I would imagine probably they will probably have a Facebook page as well. And Paul said, keeping the pneumatics covered saves having to explain what all the bits are that are hanging off the front.
Yeah, you're right there, Paul. The amount of times I have to try and explain to people when I play with my pump that it's not a shotgun. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a paintball shotgun? No, it's a pump gun.
The simplest way to get to deal with that is to just say, yes, it is.
Well, I've learned that one. Yeah. I used to, no, this is a pump gun, and I used to, but now then I got that sick of people saying that. I goes, oh yeah, it's a shotgun. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Or the even simpler one is just close enough. Yeah. But yes, right.
Even more looking forward to the 10-man now.
Well, that's it. I mean, do you think you're gonna get? Do you think you'll get pulled for that?
Yes. Jesus, I was honestly,
He's ramping a mechanical.
Honestly, that trigger, like Chan said, it's not the nicest looking thing. My good God, I can't walk my fingers to save my life.
Yeah,
I never have been, and I'm just single, like a fan. Not as severe, but basically I fan the trigger.
Yeah,
and I was well impressed.
Yeah. So,
and then Chan had to go, and I was just.
Yeah, the trigger that's on it at the moment, is it the stock trigger? Well, is it the stock trigger and the stock frame?
Yes.
Right. Because, I know what you mean about it. Yeah. But, if it does the job, that's all that matters. Now, the thing is, if you wanted to, you could go down the route of finding an alternative for that and put on, something like an Eclipse hinge frame, or you could put on, a slider frame if you wanted to. Getting your hands on an autococker opens up a whole new world of stuff to you.
I actually like the look of it. The only thing I don't like the look of is hearsay. The big bulky thing. Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean that can even be swapped out as well. The other one is, does it have the original regulator on it as well? Does it have it's, for lack of a better phrase, it looks like a ribbed dildo.
Send you a photo.
Right. Because I'm not sure what it was called, but they were a very common sort of regulator that you got on WGP markers, where it was
the reg, it does look like a dildo.
Yeah, I can't think of any sort of better way to say it than that. Perfectly functional regulator, but I'm not a big fan of how those ones look, but they do work. I think I had one on my sniper for quite a while. But I looked up the VW Tactical just for the VF Tactical just for to have a look at some stuff, and there's actually a photo of one with, I think it's a CP regulator on it, and an E-blade on it, and it actually suits the E-blade really, really well. I think it's probably because it's having the high pressure reg put out that little bit further forward. See, I like long markers, but having that having the HPR that little bit further out at the front just gives it more sort of like a tournament style look and feel to it, I think. But yeah, it looks really nice.
Is not a what? What on earth Colin wrote there?
The VW Tactical, is that not a Kubel wagon?
Kubel wagon?
I'm guessing World War II vehicle.
Right.
Colin says stick an Inception rip frame on it. That was it, Paul. It's the Ergo Reg. That's the one I'm thinking of. Did you send the photo through?
I have, yeah, on the chat.
Right, I'll have a quick look. Oh, you've even got the twist lock feed neck on it. I love the twist lock feed necks. They're not the most convenient if you're wanting to get your hopper on and off fast.
No.
But I do like those because they went up quite big and would actually go down quite small.
Well, I'm actually thinking. I said to Chan about him when I got a bit more money, putting a clamp and feed neck on it.
Yes.
And then he showed me these grips, which I think look lovely. You know how he's doing the lasered wood.
Yes.
And it's the grey and black, and they look a little bit like snake skin.
Right. Yes.
Which I think would look nice on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he even lasered it for me.
Yes, the lasering work that he did on it is really nice. This is it. It's Chan having his lasering machine opens up a whole new world to him. Yeah. Yes. You've got yourself a really nice looking autococker there, mate.
And right, that's what Jake Collins on about.
Yes, it was the World War II Beetle. As Ben says, the people's car.
Yeah.
Ben says, aren't mags easily more customizable than cockers? No, Ben. Although it depends on what you mean by easily. In my opinion, there is far more that you can do to auto cockers than you can to auto mags. You can change each individual part of the pneumatics. You can change the valve internally. You can change the HPI. You can change the ASAs on them. There's numerous different styles of trigger that you can put on them, as well as trigger frames. There's numerous different styles of bolts, different feed necks, different bodies, as well as obviously the same that you can do with auto mags. You can obviously swap different barrels out. You can even go with the difference between auto cockers and auto mags. You can easily convert an auto cocker into an e-cocker, whereas it's not so easy to convert an auto mag into an e-mag. You don't really have that option there. But in my opinion, cockers are far more customizable. Now, as far as easily, it depends on what you mean by easy. Now, depending on what kind of auto mag you have, if you can get your hands on them, you can swap out things like you can change different color Tony locks on them. You can change obviously you can change the barrel relatively easily. You can swap out different frames, and there's a handful of different triggers, but for the most part, there just isn't the aftermarket parts around that there is for the autococker. That's just my opinion. People are free to disagree, but yeah, I mean you can easily pump most autocockers. It's not too easy to pump an auto mag. You just don't really have those options.
Do you think it's because the mags never really took off?
No, I mean auto mags did have a massive following. There was even I'm not sure which way it was, but like in America, I believe one side was it was, for example, it would be like the West Coast was all autocockers, and apparently like the East Coast was all auto mags. Now I might have getting those two mixed up, but that was apparently how things were. One side was all about auto mags and one side was all about cockers. You did have a few guys on either side that obviously used the opposite, but yeah, that was apparently what the breakdown was. There was those different options. That was the way it kind of fell. Whereas I think I would say you probably had, well, you definitely had Nelson valve cockers. Nelson valve markers, that they were like the first, some of the first sort of pumps. After that, I don't know which one came first, whether it was cockers or mags. I would imagine that it would have been cockers that would have come first, because you had cocker pumps. Then you had snipers that were out relatively early in the game as well.
Yeah, it was the Sheridan PGP that was a Budor. And converted to the sniper pump.
I really
That's
don't
how I
know.
always wind cocker people up that basically, like, my PGP's like the granddaddy of the autococker.
Entirely possible, yeah. Ben says, so just because it's got more parts, there's more stuff to change. Well, having more parts available definitely means that it's more customizable. I mean, there's, if you think about it, you know, if you take, like, if you start off with a classic, just a classic 68 auto mag, you can, and you want to upgrade that, you can put a level 10 bolt into it. You can go from the level 7 to the level 10. Now with that, yes, if you tune that up right, you will never ever chop a ball again. You can fire it as fast as you like, it will never ever chop a ball if you've got it tuned right. You could then swap to a unibody, but getting your hands on a unibody that isn't just the stock AGD sort of, not unibody, ULE body, that's the one I was thinking of. If you can find the AGD ones, but there's a few sort of alternatives, but they are very rare to find. This is where Paul's going to say that he's got everything in like 3 of them, and then send us photos to teasers. You can get like the ULE trigger, but again, there's not many options in. The ULE trigger frame, but there's not many options for the ULE trigger frame. I'm just seeing it. Ben says, no, I've read that wrong. More parts on the Mark A melt. You're clearly a bit considering how many. Considering you know how many mags you had and parts. Oh yeah, that's it, Ben. I know that you had like loads and loads of mags, but it's just that I suppose yes, there is more parts on a cocker to change. But as far as easily, I would say that for the most part, a mag probably does have the easily modifiable down, because you can just take off one trigger frame and slap another trigger frame on and pretty much go. You can take out one valve and just put another valve in and go. They are very easily customizable, but you have more options when it comes to the auto mag. The auto cocker. You know, you can easily swap out a bolt on an auto cocker. You can obviously do that as well with the mag, but it means actually taking the entire sort of valve off the marker to take the bolt off. It's just what people like. But to answer your question, Albert, is it because auto cockers kind of took off more? I think that was what you said. Anyway, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. It's possibly that. I don't really know why autocockers didn't do better. I know that autocockers are air hungry, but
I was just...
sorry, not autocockers, auto mags. I'm keep getting me autos mixed up here. Auto mags are quite air hungry, but it's a shame that they didn't do more, because Tom Kay was a genius at making stuff. He was just brilliant.
Just been looking there to try to find out which came first, and it was a nightmare. Just basically when loads of people ranting and raving about cockers versus mags.
Yes. Oh, well, I mean, it's been a rivalry that's lasted for since they came on the scene.
But that's not what I wanted. What I put into Google was which came first. But nah.
Well, yeah. But it's like what Richie says. Now, he doesn't mention which one came first, cockers or mags, but he says the snipers became powered pumps, which became became auto cockers. It automatically cocked itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I still think, you know, when you actually see some of the old school autocockers, sorry, not the old autocockers, when you still see some of like the original sort of snipers,
the ones that look like Tommy guns.
What was that? Sorry.
I think they look a bit like a Tommy gun.
Kind of, yes, but then even then there was
wooden stock.
Yeah. There is actually some people have actually made their original Sniper 2s up to look like Tommy guns, and they are kind of cool, but I bet they weigh a ton. But if you've ever actually handled, which I know a few of you in the chat will have, if you've ever handled an original sort of Sniper 2, they are heavy, but they're just brilliant markers. There's some serious weight to them, but they feel weighty in a good way. It's not just like, oh, I've got to drag this round. Richie Wong says you could get the old snipers with Thompson stocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there, that's what I thought.
Colin is saying there, you know, like, how many options are there for aftermarket parts for mags? Well, now, not really many. But then again, there isn't really much in the way of aftermarket parts for autocockers at the moment.
Sorry, I've just read Gassie's post.
Yeah. Yes. Oh. Chan isn't a hand-fisted monkey. He's as delicate as a wallflower.
There's not much muscles on him, so it's not probably using it. That's for sure.
I think it's just been bad luck. Ben says AJD is still going and you can still get them new. Oh yeah, you can, but it's not. They're not really doing much. They are still going, which, yeah, power to them. But they're not. There's not much in the way of options. It's still I think it's just the TAC 1 that you can still get.
But I'm sorry, but I don't believe what Colin and the Merlin just broke itself. Yeah, right. Colin, there was probably a bit of food jamming in there. He just smacked it up.
Yeah, you see now, Colin, I believe, is possibly a little bit ham-fisted. Colin, I can't imagine being too delicate. Gassy, you're not planning on selling that now as well, are you? The Inception Sniper. Anyway, right, I suppose. How do you feel about answering Colin's question then, Albert?
Give me 2 seconds.
No problem. Looks like I'm now by myself. Right. Dangling in front of Colin to see if he can be tempted.
Right, well, what was that question?
Right, I was there. The question that Colin posted up in the chat earlier on.
Oh, right.
Yes. So, right. Do you want to find it?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Right. Alright. Paul says that the mag came out in 1985. Sniper was in 1986. Then the autococker was 1989. I'm surprised at that. So I wonder, even though the mag had a year on the Sniper and obviously like 4 years on the autococker, it's interesting that the mag didn't win. I think that's about as much as I can say, really. The only reason I could think would be that because obviously mags were a lot more air hungry, possibly.
Colin's question was, do you think the quality of photos from a walk-on makes a difference? Are you more likely to play there again? Basically, how vain are paintballs?
Well, just to answer that last part, very. Do I think that the quality of photos are important? In the grand scheme of things, no.
It wouldn't stop me from playing an event if the photo was crap.
Yeah, but it's yeah. But having
adds to it, doesn't it?
Yes, that's it. Having good photos taken at an event is something that definitely adds to the event, because when you have good photos and it makes you feel good when you see good photos of yourself. You know,
who hasn't posed for the camera?
Oh yes. Well, this is it. I mean, we were.
100%.
Yeah. We were.
There was a thing on Facebook, wasn't there, where loads of paintballers stand around doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then suddenly a camera appears and you see them and it's the shoot.
Yeah. Well, I believe there's it's actually a photo, and it's a Wolf, Aztec,
Yes.
Alabaster Slim, and I think someone else, and they're all standing behind the same bunker, and it's like they're all just kind of standing there, they talking. There's the photo of them looking at the camera, and then there's the photo of them all posing. Now, God knows what order those photos were actually taken in. Whichever it was, it is still funnier to assume that is the order that they were taken in.
Yeah.
Stand talking, seeing the camera, and then posing for the camera.
I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't staged.
That's the thing. I don't believe that photo. That photo in that instance, I do not believe was staged. I think it was taken in a live game zone, but I'm thinking it was probably taken somewhere near the back.
Yeah.
But I don't hold it against them, because I think pretty much every paintballer that has played a game where there's somebody running around taking photos has posed for the camera.
Oh yeah.
I can't say that I haven't done it. There's a couple of my profile pictures on Facebook that were exactly that. You know, me walking back to the dead zone and the photographer going, "Oh, pull a pose." Like, yeah, all right, then go on. Now, I do prefer.
You're not going to say no yet.
But Martello says posers. Yeah, but that's it. It's like
the way we go on, we have to have the best jerseys.
Yeah.
We always make sure the guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We definitely do go out posing.
Yeah.
If it doesn't matter if you're Tony, if you're Milsim, you still go out dressed in a look.
Mm-hmm.
And we
that's
definitely are. When it comes to being on the field, we're definitely a bunch of posers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
I won't deny. That's the thing. When I go out and play, I like to look good, and I like to be made that I like to feel that I look good, and I think that applies to so many people. And I will never hold that against anybody. I do think it can be a little bit cringy at times when you see people doing stuff like that, but who am I to judge? I might think that's a bit cringy to myself, but I'm never going to call somebody. At least I would like to think I would never call somebody out just for having a staged photo, because, like I said, you know, everyone wants to look cool. And the other thing is, if you look cool.
I'm laughing at Martello. I don't care if you pose as long as you buy my photos.
Yeah. You know what? Hey, I can totally appreciate that just from a photographer's point of view. But I think the other one is, though, it's like, I mean, most people that... Oh, bugger hell, I've just nearly knocked me stuff all over the place. Bugger hell. What the hell was that? Well, I think, you know, when a photographer takes a photo of you and makes you look good, even if it is a posed photo, when that then goes up on your Facebook page or it goes up on your website or wherever else, it makes the event look good, it makes you look good, it makes other people go, hang on, I want to go and play that event because that looks good. And yeah, if having a few staged photos means that that's the case, I'll accept that. But yes, in my opinion, paintballers are vain, for the most part. Yes, and Gassy says that was the best pose of 2019.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, Colin, if a site posts up blurry photos and another posts up great photos, are you likely to go to the one with the good photos or the one with the blurry? I've really answered that. Added to it. If it's a brilliant event, but the guy doesn't do very good photos, I'm still going to go brilliant event.
Yes, I totally agree. Yeah, I can't argue that. I will pick a good event over a bad event, even if the bad event has fantastic photos and the good event has bad photos, because ultimately you're still going to share those memories with your friends and stuff, aren't you? Even if it is a bad event, even if it is a bad photographer, you're still going to walk away with good memories. You go to a bad event, where maybe it's the catering's bad. Notice I mentioned food first. The catering's bad, the game zones are bad, the refs are bad, they're selling bad paint, they're lying about stuff that's on sale. But they take a good photo of you. Well, okay, I've got a nice new profile picture, but am I going to recommend the event? No.
I'm just going to go off to mute me mic for a second.
No worries. What's that? Gassy, we all know you shouted one. Oh, that's to Martello. Yeah, we all know you shouted 1, 2, 3, jump for the staged photo at NXL. Yep. Oh. And Martello says he tries not to take stage photos unless it's a team photo. That's the thing. I do think if a good photographer can catch pictures or catch players sort of unaware, and when you're catching players unaware, you catch them doing things that aren't just the standard staged photos. I think there's always the same sort of stuff. It's whenever anybody does a staged photo for paintball, it's always the same things. I'll have to sit back a little bit for this, but it's marker up, sort of leaning over a bit, and then looking kind of intense on a bit of an angle, and as if you're shooting at something in front of you. I think that's primarily the only way that you can do a staged photo in paintball. Is you're looking like you're in the middle of contact. But I suppose you can do some other stuff, there's like jumping out of things or climbing into things and stuff like that. But the most common one is like you go, right, strike a pose, and everyone just brings their gun up and as if they're aiming. But when you actually catch players doing things, like the photo that you took, Martello, of the player that kicked his hopper, you caught something that was unexpected, and you got a brilliant photo out of it. You caught the photo, or you got the photo of the two players jumping in NXL. One in a million. In fact, I would go as far as saying it's 1 in a billion shot. I mean, you had two players that were on opposite sides of a bunker. Those two players both decided to jump at the same time, and both players shot each other at the same time. What is the likelihood of those three things happening at the same time? It's a 1 in a billion shot. You don't get stuff like that when you try staging stuff. It just doesn't look natural. But Richie Wong sounds like the last Stargate that I was describing there. I can't say that wasn't top of my mind, but it wasn't my intention.
Sorry about that.
Oh, it's alright, man. Chris Davies booting his hopper, got pissed off with it. It happens, mate. I got quite a bit of stick from some of the autococker community for hitting my Outcast because it wouldn't work properly. Oh god, yeah, that was some bad paint. I really blame the paint for that event. Colin says, think of it from a new player's perspective. If a site Facebook page is plastered with rubbish photos, are they going to be enticed in? If the next site has amazing photos, yes. Yeah. I totally get what you're saying there. He says to him, crap photos are worse for the site than no photos. In that regard, yes. I would definitely agree with that, but that comes more down to advertising than it does to just having good or bad photos. If you, yeah, I would say that comes down to your advertising. If you're just sharing out, or if you've got, like, say, an external photographer who then posts some photos and says, here's where you can find the photos from the event, and you go to that page and they're bad, new players aren't necessarily going to find that. yeah, I suppose I answered your question more, thinking more from the sort of opinion of an experienced player. As a new player, then if you're looking at sites, yeah, you are totally right, Colin. A new player is going to go to the one that looks cool if they don't know any better. And I think that is part of the reason why the Big D is so popular in the UK and hell, even abroad, because their advertising is spot on. You know, movie site, was it movie quality sets, movies, movie scene quality, movie set quality environments or something like that. You know, that, well, we'll do this, you know, you get free entry if you do that and blah blah blah. You know, they post up all these cool photos, but when you actually turn up to the site, it's not that site that they've taken photos of. Things like that. It's great for drawing people in. It's a bit along the lines of the burgers that are on the McDonald's sort of the banners when you first walk into McDonald's. The burgers look delicious, and then when you get it, it's squished up into a little bag. It's nothing at all like what you ordered.
Yeah, have you actually seen what they actually do? I mean, to make them photos.
Yes.
You wouldn't physically be able to eat that food that they photograph.
Yeah.
They paint on them. They use varnish. Yeah.
Yeah, the burn stuff so that it causes smoke, so that it then looks like it's just steaming in the photos and things like that. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some of those videos how they prepare food for adverts. Yeah. Yes.
I also like Martello said. Yeah.
What was that? Sorry.
Martello, he said some sites will not pay for photography.
Yes.
Basically, I'm not mentioning the site, but I know what Colin's again.
Yeah.
The site actually, just one of the marshals was given a very cheap compact camera and told to take photos.
Yeah.
And without looking, I think they've just uploaded the entire file, and the guy has took some photos of the floor.
Yeah.
And stuff like this. I think it's just. I don't want to say an after, whatever. Basically, they've he's took some photos. There is some not bad photos in there. There is some really bad photos in there.
Yeah.
And also some stuff of blurred floors, etc.
Yeah.
And instead of looking at what the marshal had photographed before posting the site has just uploaded the entire thing straight onto Facebook.
Yeah.
It does look a bit bad.
Yeah. You see, no, that's the thing. It's sometimes you'll see professional photographers that they will maybe take a photo of the floor. They actually will take intentional photos of the floor, or they might take an intentional photo of something lying on the floor or what have you. And I think it's that for lack of a better way of saying it, they seem like they're filler photos. And I would imagine what they actually are is possibly the photographer calibrating their camera. Maybe I don't know. I'm not a photographer, but that's what it kind of comes across to me. It seems as if it's possibly a case of just calibrating your camera, and they get those photos. Now they might go up into the album. Now it is nice when like sometimes you'll get the event photo set from a photographer. They'll just go, right, you can buy the entire set for 30 quid or something like that. And it's great to then be able to go on and you can have that, that filler photo as a background on your computer, or you can have it as like a border picture on something, like on your YouTube page or on your Facebook page or your whatever you've got. So things like that, they're quite nice. Martello says there, focusing sky or a floor to get a baseline. And what Colin says, they're the sort of arty shots. Now, I find it interesting. Obviously, Colin, I don't know if you've got any experience in photography, but that's basically the way I view it. What Colin's saying, the arty shots. That's exactly how I kind of view it. But at the same time, you've then got the photographer saying, no, you're actually focusing. You're focusing, just to get a sort of a baseline. But yeah, I do think those photos they'll look good. And it's nice when they actually are included in photo sets sometimes. What's that?
Sorry, I text Chan because he put a quote up saying that I've been to the loo for number 2.
Right.
And I was like, no, and I explained to him why.
Right.
It's private. And he's just put back some fun.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I can't share the joke.
No problem. Right. So, Gassy had also said, and I feel like this should be touched on as well. It means going back in the comments a little bit, but I don't want to miss it. Gassy had said, look at it another way. Good photos from an event also help you advertise your supporters and sponsors. Bad photos don't, which is very true. You need to be able to see logos on jerseys and pictures, and blurred ones mean that you can't, which is very true. I mean, if a sponsor has spent money on your team, they want to know that they are actually getting that their investment was worthwhile. If they don't actually see you with their logo on and stuff, how are they actually meant to know that you're doing what is you're sort of contractually obliged to, for I suppose lack of a better way of saying it? And Martello, as we said before, had said that not all sites will actually pay for a photographer. Some events will actually go with cheaper photographers just to get free pics to the players, because a few hundred free blurry pics are better than expensive good ones. Yeah. Well, I suppose it's now. I think it might have actually been Chan that I was talking to this about. I think it might have been last Wednesday. It's the sort of the I can get it done cheaper somewhere else sort of quote, and then it's the video of Bill Bailey playing the horns to Metallica. Now, while that in itself was actually brilliant, it is that sort of thing, isn't it? You expect that you're going to pay for what you expect. You expect Metallica rocking out, and instead you get Bill Bailey playing the horn. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Martello has just said the award nominations are now closed, and we will receive the results in December. So there we go. Who's winning, Martello? Come on, Dutton. No, it'd be interesting for to hear what's happening with that.
Would be very. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to be very interested to see who gets what for that. I think that will be something that will be worth talking about. And Gassy says some players you can only get pics of on the horizon, as they never get closer to the action. And Colin, yes, the Bill Bailey horns are awesome, but if you're expecting Metallica and you get Bill Bailey on the horn, you're probably not going to be as happy as you were if you were expecting Metallica.
Yeah, there is a few players who get some lovely photos if the photographer went into the car park.
Yes. Yeah. That's it. I mean, yes, it's unfortunate that some players do actually have a reputation of just hanging around car parks. Yeah.
And not the dogging ones.
Well, yeah. Colin says he thinks he actually would, and I'm assuming that he would be quite happy if he turned up at an event and it was Bill Bailey on the horns. I'm not saying I wouldn't have a good time. But yeah. But anyway, right. I wonder if I'll actually ever meet Bill Bailey at a paintball event. Then again, I think he only does rental days.
Is it Mayhem?
No, I believe he's played at YPC a couple of times.
Has he? I know I know I've seen photos of him playing at Campaign.
Yeah.
You not see in the bathroom?
What was that? But anyway, Ben, death to all but metal. Anyway, yes. So, what did you say there, Albert?
No, nothing. I was talking
to family.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Could you hear that noise coming over the mic or not?
I heard you say something, but I'm not even sure what it was exactly.
Oh, she came out with an electric toothbrush. And I'm thinking if that comes over the mic, they're going to be thinking it ain't an electric.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Electric toothbrush. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we've got the what looks like 2 new markers, don't we, from Tipman?
Yes, that was something that we wanted to talk about.
Yes.
I wonder if I can actually get that up for to show everyone.
Behind the bunker, posted up 2 photos.
Yes.
They look like they're basically like modified Kronuses.
Yes, that's it. It looks very much like the Tipman Kronus.
Stormer wrote along the side, and one is definitely mag-fed. Looks like an AR variant.
Yes.
The bottom one looks quite nice.
Yeah, that's
it. Looks like a built-in suppressor, like the honey badger.
Yes.
Looks a bit like a honey badger. Yeah.
Yeah, looking at it, it looks like that just probably pops off.
Yes, more than likely.
Yeah.
The barrel in the middle, but yeah. If you remember the old, the very first Black Ops, Call of Duty Black Ops, they had a gun called the Honey Badger.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like that.
Yeah. Right, I'm just waiting for this to actually load up, and I'm hoping that this doesn't actually affect my stream as well. Oh, no, the stream has, of course, crashed. I really, really need to get this sorted out. So it's both markers appear to be classed as... Oh, I'm actually kind of curious, you know. Is the Stormer one marker with the 2 potential options? Because if you look at the back of the Stormer, I will swap over to the share screen here. So why is that? Why is that sharing that?
Your Mac can be swapped out for a hat for the.
Why is that sharing that?
Well, obviously we'll find out more on Wednesday. It says find out more on tonight's show, so I'll definitely be listening into Behind the Bunker to see what they've got to say about that.
Yeah.
Well, look, so you share it.
I'm trying to share it, but for some reason it's not sharing that screen. Bollocks. Right, that's why. It's because I have 3 Firefox tabs open.
I'm laughing at what Paul put on the thing. Has the 98 went out and bought a new dress?
Basically, yes.
I like that. Yeah,
right.
Basically,
the bunker.
But why not? The 98 works.
Yeah.
No, I am not going mag-fed, Gassy.
Right, so here we go. That should be able to get it now, and that is also getting rid of a tab from my thingy. Right, so now if I share that, yes, there we go. Right, so hopefully this should show up on the stream in just a second. Yes. Right, so yeah, if you actually look at the 2 of them, is this something that can be converted from being hopper fed to mag fed? Now, with both these markers being called the Stormer, that would indicate that it is actually just one marker.
Like a modular...
Yeah, is this a modular marker? Because if you look at the back cap on the top one, it looks like it's just something that pops off, and you can probably replace that with the stock from the lower one, from the MagFed version. Now, the other thing for it, whereabouts the hopper feed neck where the hopper adapter is, that just looks like the same hopper feed neck adapter as the Tipman 98, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading at what Collins put. Yeah. If Chan Magfed's my sniper, I will be hitting Colin with it. And I'm not meaning paintballs, I'll be meaning I'll pistol whip them. Nice.
Yeah. But so then if you look at this, where the front grip is on the Stormer, the top one, that looks like that might actually be like a clip away section. which is that magwell just a clip-in sort of thing, and then have you got a blanking plate that fits over the feed neck?
Martello's saying it looks like an FT12. Yeah, that's basically what they are. Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, we were actually discussing this before we went live, weren't we? The FT12 and the Tippmann Cronus are very similar, but the FT12 splits a lot easier, doesn't it?
It basically, the collar that also holds the barrel in place. You need that collar and opens up.
Yeah.
For God's sake, don't do it when if it's cocked.
Yeah.
As I found out once and beat it.
He said, yeah. Mattel says slide a mag back in place, so it's like a Cronus / FT12 splice. Yeah. Basically, yes. Yeah, that's what it appears to be to me. I think this is actually just a modular marker. Now, how easy it is to swap between the two, swap between the different modular sections, I'll be very interested to see. But I would say that this looks to be a modular marker.
It'll be another one that the mag fedders hate. Realistic.
That's the thing, though. It doesn't. It does. It looks realistic. Well, it looks quite realistic.
See, now for me, I would say the M more realistic.
I don't know. You see,
you look at some of the competition here.
Oh yes, yeah.
They do look like, obviously the stock, the way the bottle goes into it. Yes, that looks very futuristic.
Yes.
But if you just look at the front, the actual marker part, and I think that looks a lot like a competition AR.
Yes. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. But you see, I think one of the things that people don't like about what the Magfed players are saying that they don't like about it is like the stock on the MG100. And
yes,
they're not liking the fact that it has a drop stock on it, but they're forgetting. They seem to forget that you're not shooting real bullets, and you're also wearing a mask. So because you're not shooting real bullets, you don't need the recoil. You don't need stock for to protect against recoil in the same sort of way, and as well as that, because you're wearing a mask, you can't get down onto the stock like you would firing a normal rifle. So you drop the stock very slightly, and then you can get down behind it, and use it in the way that you would need to.
I say it's definitely worth having a listen behind to see what information they have about it.
Well, that's it. I'm hoping that obviously they have something more than just mentioning the marker as it is. So yeah, guys, if any of you are actually up through the night, it might be worth tuning in Behind the Bunker just to get some more information on this. I'll probably try and listen to the podcast afterwards myself, just because
I normally listen to. They normally do a repeat on Facebook.
Yeah,
I know what's on there.
You see, I normally just listen to it on YouTube when I'm working. Just like listen to it as a podcast through that way, so like through that sort of thing. But yes, as Martello has said, it's no MG100, is it? No. Now, I would be interested because I would like to see sort of a side-by-side comparison of the two. See, fill your tank up to the same amount and just see what sort of, how many pods you could get off it. What's the efficiency like on it? Are you going to get the same as the MG100? Or is the EMEC?
FT12 on a 3 thou. This is with the rental guns. When I was marshalling, you were roughly getting 700 paintballs through it.
Right.
Or you having to refill it.
Yeah.
Because obviously rentals, you use 100 round poppers.
Yeah.
100 round pods. Sorry. So yeah, that was so they are thirsty things.
The thing is, though, I mean, even 600-700 balls of a 3K fill, depending on the size of the tank, obviously, isn't too bad. It's not the world's best, but I've certainly even used markers myself that aren't that efficient.
The same. The Kronos will probably be exactly the same. Yeah. Basically, it's like what Paul said. The Tipman 98 went out of dress.
Well, that's it. It does feel like Tipman, when it comes to these markers, have been a little bit lazy. You know, they don't really seem to be doing anything new. They're just
lately
putting it in. They're putting that old stuff in new bodies and then selling it again.
It's like the Striker, which was basically the it was Ion, and I was going to say X7, but no, it wasn't really. It was basically an Ion in different internals, and no, yeah, you're right. When is the last time Tipman brought something actually properly ground up from the grounds up new?
I really couldn't see. I mean, I suppose I want to say the X7.
Say TPX?
The TPX is an X7. The TPX is an X7 in a pistol-sized body.
Right.
You know, obviously it's been sort of optimized to be in sort of that kind of shell. But,
and then there was
the
the TC...
The TCM? Is it the TCR? Oh, is it the VXR or something like that?
Yeah, you had your TCM, didn't you? Which is basically the
Tipman MagFed.
Yeah, basically Kronos with a MagFed kit. But then you had that one. It could take CO2 or it could take air. It had the adapter already built in and had a little mini stock on it, and it was. I was sure it was a TCR. I think it was called.
I'm not sure. I can have a quick neb.
I'm looking.
Oh yes, it was the TPX in a tactical body. No, sorry, not in a tactical body. It was a TPX in a Hang on, I'm still on the same page there. Right, but yeah, so it was that.
Yeah, TCR MagFed pinball.
Yeah. But yeah.
So it was just a TPX with a bit of a body.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I know it could take a hopper, it could take a mag,
Yeah.
So, how about the VRX then? Was that anything?
The VXR?
Yeah.
That was basically just a Tipman Phenom, an X7 Phenom, without the tactical body on it. They were slimmed down. I mean, even then, I said it years ago, and I still kind of believe it, that the VXR, the crossover, was an X7. And the X7 was basically an EMAG.
Yeah.
It was a EMAG, a cheap version of the EMAG.
So when you think of that, it has been a series tip or something out that wasn't a rehashed or repackaged.
I'm thinking before that, possibly the A5.
Seriously, that long ago?
That's it. I mean, I would say everything since the X7 has been some kind of variation of the X7 up until the point of them bringing out what
I suppose they always say if it works, don't fix don't.
Yeah, but it possibly the Cronus or it would either be the Cronus or the FT12. I think was like the next new thing that they brought out after the X7 related stuff. But even then, that was just rehashed Tipman 98, wasn't it? As Colin says, the A5 is basically a Tippmann 98.
It just had a air powered hopper.
The Cyclone feed.
Yep.
Alright. So yeah, other than that, I mean, I do think Tippmann are kind of
stuck in their ways.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing I can think of, I mean, you've got to admit, Tippmann, Tippmann going back years ago, did try and do some really innovative things. Like, I mean, them trying to create the C3. I mean, them creating the C3 and even trying to create a semi-automatic version of it. The idea of going over onto propane for a propellant was a good idea. Well, it was a reasonably good idea. It's just a shame that they couldn't work that out how to do it without overheating issues, which obviously when you're using propane you don't really want.
No, definitely not.
No. But it was a good idea. There was the SL68-2, but the problem was the SL68-2 was just a rehash of the popular SL68. I'm not sure if the original was the SL68-2 as well. Either way, I mean, it was the SL68 pump. It was really popular, so apparently it was really popular. So they rehashed that, or they re-released it, and it seemed to be really popular again. But then you don't really see much of those going for sale new now, do you? Either. Colin says the BT4 was a Tippmann 98, but better.
Was it?
He says he has one somewhere. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really know. You see, I own a Tippmann 98, but I have never shot a Tippmann 98 that I'm aware of. I've just never actually done anything with it. I keep meaning to do something with my Tippmann 98, and then I just never actually get round to it.
Doorstop?
What's a doorstop? No,
yeah.
In all honesty, what I actually wanted to do with my Tippmann 98 was I wanted to, next time I actually play a walk-on, I wanted to use the Tippmann 98 just to see if I could get kills with it. Purely and simply that. Because I wanted to be able to sit down and go, does the marker make that much difference? I don't even consider myself to... At one time, I believed I was a good player. I do not consider myself to be a good player anymore. I just don't. But I wanted to think, could a good player still go out and do well with a Tippmann 98, or effectively a rental marker, even against guys that are using the high-end stuff? I mean, obviously, the logical answer is yes, but could I actually do it? That's the real issue. Plus, I think it would just also just be kind of fun for to run around with a Tippmann 98. So,
You'd be hard pushed to find a site running with Tippmann.
I reckon there is actually still sites out there that are running Tippmann 98s. Because you think about it, we've just been talking about it. Tippmann's, for all the... we have slagged off Tippmann a little bit here. But for all they might not have had any amazing innovation over the past God knows how many years.
Oh, they're absolutely bulletproof.
Yes, they are the AK-47 of the paintball gun world. Especially like markers that are actually going to take a beating. I mean, yes, as much as I praise Planet Eclipse, and that they are going to last and they will be amazing markers for the time that is shooting them, Tippmann have it hands down. Tippmann, they're markers that can be buried underground, dug up, run some oil through them, and they'll work. You can leave them out in bad weather for like a month or something and pick it up and it'll work. You can dunk them underwater, pull it out, fire it a couple of times, and they'll work. They just work. It's something that you can leave in the shed or use as a doorstop, pick it up, and it will probably still work. There is a reason why sites use them as rental markers for so long, but they aren't high-end performance pieces of equipment, generally.
Oh.
Mhm.
I've got to be up early in the morning, so I will be calling it a night.
No worries, man. Well, you enjoy your new job.
Taking the bad lads to school.
Aye. um. Yeah. Yeah. Are you heading off now? Are you?
No, well, come on, miss.
No worries. Well, I think we'll answer a few more questions and stuff, then answer a few more posts that people have posted up, and then I suppose I'll head off as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Right. Colin says the BT4 was finished better and it was an A5 thread. Richie Wong says bring back the SMG. 100% yes, Richie. I would love to get my hands on an SMG 68. Even if it was a remade version, I would desperately want to get my hands on an SMG 68. Ben says Dex's Derg is a borrowed rehash of the stolen Derg he used. Colin, he has a Tipman 98 with a flat line. And Colin, I think you should take it out and you should play with that. Martello, of course you can get kills with the 98 if you use it as a bat. Yeah. Colin says, like he said, it's a business model that works. His XVR got submerged. The case was underwater when his garage flooded. Still works with no issues. Yeah. Because Tipman make markers that do last. Yeah, they just work. And the Tipman 98 has the same internal action as the ProLite. So there you go. You can even go even further back from the Tipman 98 and it's still the same, effectively the same internals. It does just seem that Tipman are just remaking the same product but changing it every so many years.
Yeah, they've got something that works in this with it.
Yeah. You know what it is? If it's working for them, I can't fault them on that. Yeah.
I remember it wasn't that long ago. Basically, everyone had A5. Either A5 or the X7s.
Yeah. I mean,
you were a scenario player like I was. You know, it wasn't so much the tournament electronic guns.
Yeah.
That you have now. It was X7s, Phenoms.
Yeah. Hell, even 98s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chan says he has no Tipmans because he has class. Oh. Anyway, Chan, didn't I get my 98 off you? Colin says that the board was even underwater too. He just put a new battery in it and it fired up. Yeah, whoever's done the boards on them must have waterproofed them very well.
Not something you can say about some electronic markers.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of light drizzle and it's me gun.
You see, I've got to argue that one with you, Albert. It's like if you watch stuff like what was it, PSP Dallas a couple of years ago, where you had like tournament guns that were going underwater in game, and the players just kept on playing. There's only one player that I know with a modern gun that had issues with liquid getting in it, and that was Rich. It was after the MVP game were played. I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before. There was something just, and there was paint got into his gun, but I don't know what it was that, but basically it knackered the board in it. It's the one and only tournament style marker that I know that has had moisture get into the board and into the gun that has then seemed to mess with it. Yeah, it's the only one that I personally know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I must admit, I wouldn't exactly want to be dunking stuff underwater.
Oh no. Man, if you paid how much does the high end guns go for these days?
Oh, you could be looking £1,800 for some stuff.
And you go dunk that in I don't know, I'll put that in the bath and then I'll see if it will fire.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that, are you?
Well, you know what? That's the thing. Not with I wouldn't even risk it with a high-end tournament gun. But, like, you know, the lads are talking there. They're saying about, you know, like the shockers, that's mech. Some of the Eclipse stuff, that's mech. With those, you probably could stick that underwater and fire it, and it'll probably still work absolutely fine.
I still wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I like me guns too.
I mean, there is an old video that it'll still be on YouTube. People should be able to find it, and I believe it was called something like "How I Clean My Autococker," and it's a guy just walks into his bathroom. He's got a few inches of water in his bath. He just he puts his gun underwater, fires it a few times, and then pulls it out, fires it a few more times to blow all the water through, and it just carries on working. And I can always remember there was somebody posted in the comments like, I just tried this with my carnivore and it doesn't work anymore. What should I do? And it's like, I hope you are joking.
God.
Yeah. But it's the sort of thing where you could believe somebody would do it.
This stage, mate, I seriously wouldn't doubt anybody doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
See the stupidity that goes on.
Yeah.
Oh.
But Colin's saying, honestly, it'd been totally submerged in about 6 inches of water. It was still totally full with dirty rainwater. Fresh battery, aired it up, shot all the water out, and it worked perfectly. Yeah. And Richie Wong says, well, it is Rich Robson. He breaks everything with his buffoonery. Not everything. He has built some pretty cool cockers. Although Chan tends to fix those as well.
I was going to say, Chan will fix them.
Anywho, writing. Well, I think we will end the show there then, ladies and gentlemen. Unless anybody... Have you got anything else that you'd like to say, Albert?
No, pretty much bare this week. I was hoping new stuff would come out with World Cup, but nothing really, is there?
Yeah. That's it. There hasn't really been much to talk about. So...
We'll have paintball extravaganza soon, won't we?
Yes. Well, hopefully there'll be some stuff to come out of paintball extravaganza that we can talk about.
Oh, fingers crossed, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It has been very quiet. Normally, well, there's been a few hints of new guns. You know how they'll do like a partial photo of just say a tip or a trigger. You know, like teasing you.
Well, actually, now that you mention that, did you see the trigger options that came out from HK?
Oh, do you not think that was a PT? Because it was like
I don't think it was, you know.
Well, yeah, I have seen the dildo pods that they've made, so...
Yeah, well, that was the thing. I mean, there was... HK put up a whole list of new triggers that they were apparently going to release, and people just started memeing on that straight away.
Yeah,
and
it was like... One was a semi-clad woman, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like the pin-up sort of thing.
Yes, it was.
But...
Yeah. Pin-up silhouette.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
after seeing the dildo pods at HK,
yeah,
nothing past them.
Yeah.
If they can release that.
Uh-huh.
I still haven't seen them in this country yet.
No, but I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll make their way over here. Unless HK have just kind of pulled them from store shelves.
So I've got my googly eyes ready.
It has to be done, Albert. It has to be done.
First event I see them on.
Yep. Just every time you go into anywhere, anything that has paintball at it, you're taking a pack of googly eyes with you.
Yeah, just sticking them on them pods if I see them.
Yeah. It's got to be done. It just has to be done.
Nearly Christmas. Do a paintball stocking filler gift idea. Oh god.
You know what it is, Richie? I might actually just do that. If I can get some time to actually sit and edit a video, I might just do that. Having my desk here in front of the window, I've got natural light during the day, so I can actually set my green screen up behind us, and I should be able to get reasonably good footage. But I might just do a stock and filler list.
We have Mr. Chan in the chat.
Has Chan actually turned up?
Yes.
Aha! Good evening there, Chandy man. You would join just as I'm planning on shutting this down.
Oh well, that's a shame.
What have you got to say tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, the Chandy man is now live with us. Chandy man, introduce yourself.
My name's Jeff.
What?
What was What was that, Chan?
My last period.
Stop touching yourself in the back.
Oh, I'm not really sure where to take that now.
Brilliant. What the bloody packaging top? Eh? I don't get that.
I have no idea. So, yeah, anyway. Right, so, Chan, do you have anything new and cool that you can share with us?
No.
And don't
Right.
convert me pump to as Hello?
He's dropping in and out. I'm gonna try leaving and coming back. Right, one sec. There we go. Right. Hello.
Colin Barlow, the person that he is, said he's going to get you to turn my pump gun into a mag-fed gun.
No, it's already an E-blade.
God.
It's not even a joke either. I've got an E-blade set up sitting there.
It better be. Sod.
Well, you know, Albert, you still have an E-bladed pump.
An E-bladed pump.
Yes.
Ooh, actually, as well, it'll be a dual ram E-bladed pump. Because obviously it's got the two guide rod holes, so I'd have to.
Yeah.
Although it's gonna need a new front block anyway, so.
Are you in the bathroom? Are you in the bath?
Yeah, I think he's in the bath, yeah.
Is that why your last was saying that you not touch yourself in the bath?
Yeah, stop inappropriately touching yourself, Chad.
Yes.
Moist, moist, moist.
1, 2, 3, moist.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna have to go because I say I've got an early start in the morning. So
Yes. Well,
I'll see you guys later.
no worries, man. I'll catch you later. But I think I'm actually going to. I think I'm actually going to end the stream here now anyway, because I think we have pretty much run out of topics anyway. So I think I will end it here. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys tonight. Would you guys like to say a goodbye and where people can find you?
Yeah, well, obviously it's already, but yeah, click, clap, meow, or I'm on Facebook.
Right. So full of energy.
Yeah, try to keep my eyes open.
No worries, man. Right, well, enjoy work. Chan, would you like to say anything to say goodbye? You can find Chan at Northern Custom Works on Facebook as well. Go check him out. He does fantastic work.
Or any local dog insight.
Yes. I believe you can also find him on Grindr as well. Right, Yeah, as well, please go check out Pump Fury, which is Colin's Facebook page as well, which shares a lot of pump stuff, and also check out Click Clack Pew, which is a group. I think it's a group, isn't it, Albert?
It is, yes.
Yes. So go check out Click Clack Pew. It is a pump paintball Facebook group. Go join that. There's conversations happening about specifically about pump paintball, and you can also find me at Dexter's PB Lab on Facebook as well. So thank you very much for watching tonight, guys. It has been a pleasure to entertain you as always, and I shall see you next time. Love you, bye.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
I love you.